Hello everyone. In this video I'm going to cover some of the concepts from chapter 2 of the Kitchen and Bath Business and Project Management book called Planning Your Business. Let's get started by talking about different kinds of business models for kitchen and bath businesses. What exactly is a business model? In essence, it is your overall plan for your business. How exactly are you going to make money? And there's lots of different parts of a business model. But which one exactly is best for kitchen and bath businesses? The answer is, of course, there is no one right answer. You're going to have to design and select your business model. And some of the things you might think about while you're planning that business model are your market research, your strategic marketing plan, your long-term goals for this business, and finally your exit strategy. How are you going to make money as you are done with this business? What is a good business idea? In general, it's one that's going to bring you a profit. A profit, remember, and you might not actually know this, is the money that's left over after you bring in money, that's your income, and you pay out your expenses. It's what's left in your pocket. So some criteria in considering whether your business idea, your business model is a good one or not is, does it fill a void? Does it meet a customer need? Does somebody actually want to buy this? Does it offer a faster, better, easier, higher quality product and service? Can you actually provide some value? Is your idea realistic? Can you actually do it? That's very important. Does your idea have a specific target audience? Who's your client for this idea? Does your idea oversaturate the marketplace? In essence, has this been done before? Is somebody already doing it? And is there room for your business in this market? And finally, is your idea legal? That's important too. There are 3 typical kitchen and bath business models in our North American market, and your textbook has created kind of names for these based on your business size. And those are a designer's studio, a design practice firm, and a design business firm. So we're going to take a look at each one of those. The first model to take a look at is a designer's studio. This is a very small firm. It's an independent kitchen designer operating out of their home or studio, and they provide design services for a fee. The designer can either provide only general plans or work with a specific kitchen specialist and design for those particular products. Installation is not provided, but they can recommend contractors or installers, so there may be some relationships there. And for this type of firm, it's really about the individual owner / designer. They are the important name and the important brand for this company. So your textbook gives this nice chart. This kind of company has an owner or a designer. They do their own or outsource the drafting. They may have an assistant or a draftsperson. They design generically or collaborate with a retail firm. They refer clients to distributors, and they recommend installers or contractors. Let's move on. The second business model, a little bit bigger firm, is called a design practice firm. This firm probably has a showroom, okay? in a destination location or in a retail environment, it's possible that it's a home-based business, but they might be a little bit bigger than a home-based business. The owner is the primary designer for the firm. They might have an assistant designer, or they might not. Okay, both the firm and its owner are equally known, so they both have a name in the community. This type of firm will often offer cabinets and countertops. They might provide appliances, fittings, and fixtures, or they might work with a distributor of those. And installation services, you can either have in-house installers or subcontractors, have a relationship with those subcontractors. Okay, so take a look at our organization chart here. The owner designer represents specific selected products. They have a showroom, office, and storage in their location, and they can also refer clients to distributors. In their office and showroom, they might have a bookkeeper and receptionist, so they'll have some staff. They might have a sales or design associate, and they might employ an installer or subcontract out. Our third business model is, again, one step bigger. This one's called a design business firm. It's a larger organization with a showroom and a warehouse and or shop facility. The owner/manager, the owner is more of a manager than a designer in this type of firm, that leads the company and also contributes to the sales volume. The firm is the one that has the branded image, not necessarily the individual designer. This size of firm might have a tier of middle management. Okay. This size of and type of firm could have more than one location, more than one branch, more than one showroom. It could be a department of a larger business, and the example here is the kitchen and bath section of a large lumber yard. They often will refer clients, in this case, to installers rather than have in-house installation. So think about going to Lowe's or Home Depot. The kitchen and bath section is part of a much larger business and refers its clients to a select group of installers that they have a relationship with. Or this is an alternate to being a department of a larger business. A design business firm could be a comprehensive design build firm, and they could have in-house crews or subcontractors and completely provide a turnkey operation. Turnkey is when all the owner has to do, all your client has to do, is walk into their home, turn the key, and they're done. So here's the chart for this type of business model. We have our owner, designer, manager. Okay, they're going to have a showroom, office, and some storage, and they will also have a warehouse or shop facility. The staff section of this business model is much larger. You can have your office staff, bookkeeper, receptionist, maybe even HR. You'll have your sales staff in the center here with your different levels of sales and design associates. And finally, you may have on staff your installers and possibly warehouse workers. Choosing a business model is an important part of planning your business, and in this video we just covered 3 of the most common business models in our North American kitchen and bath market. Thanks, everyone.